So yeah, we're selling the FJ. It's bittersweet, but I'm not really going to talk a whole lot about why we're getting rid of it because we've already done a video about it. The link is in the description. But right now we're going to talk about the actual FJ because it is for sale, and this is the video for that. So. It's a 2010 Toyota FJ Cruiser. It is four-wheel drive. It does have the rear locker and the A-track. It was a stock vehicle when we got it. Everything was original, the wheels, the tires. Right now it's at 142,000 miles. So if you think about it, it's not even 10 years old yet. So that's less than 14,000 miles a year. The vehicle has touched sand, snow, or dirt in any one of those states. So that's kind of cool to be able to say that the vehicle's done that. We've never had any kind of an issue with it. No check engine lights. The vehicle's never been stuck. We've never like mud bogged or anything like that. Never been really hard wheeled. This vehicle, we had to take care of it. I mean, it was our livelihood and it was an investment. Honestly, if I didn't tell you that this thing has been across the country, you wouldn't even believe me. Let's talk about the modifications. The first thing we did was the Black Rhino Imperial wheels. They're 17x9 plus 12 offset. Wrapped in some 285 7017 BFG all-terrains, 10 plies. Two of them in the back are brand new. The front two still have really good tread. They've been fantastic tires. I mean, they've gone in all different types of conditions. I'd say with the fronts, you still probably have another 15 to 20,000 miles, so another year's worth of use out of them. We've also got a matching fifth wheel and tire. I did add a rear hitch, and then I did add some OEM TRD sliders with the NFAB steps. Next up, we've got an Old Man Emu heavy duty lift kit. Fantastic, rides great. Honestly, adding all the weight and everything that we did to this thing, you really couldn't tell the difference between that and a stock vehicle. It did lift it about 3 inches. Additionally was the roof rack. That is probably one of our favorite things that we've done. It's a Warrior roof rack. It's a full frame. We've loaded that thing with tons and tons of gear. We do have a high lift jack. It will come with that. It won't come with this box unless you guys really, really want it, or the other box, but I mean, they're boxes, so I'm not too attached to them. It does have a fire stick and a CB radio, so that's included. On the back, I did add a couple of hooks attached to the light bar. It's a 30-inch light bar LED, super bright. When I wired the LED lights, I wanted everything to be able to turn it on without having the vehicle on. Right now, the vehicle's off. I can turn those lights on and the corner lights on, no issues. So with that, let's talk about the bumper. It's a Smittybilt M1 bumper. Super hefty, fantastic. I really like this bumper. The approach angle is fantastic. It does mount to the factory frames. In that bumper, we've got a Smittybilt X2O synthetic 10,000-pound winch. It does come with a remote, which is wireless. I did replace headlights with LED headlights to the super bright. I did add some 12-volt sockets. I added one with with 2 USBs up front, and then I added another one in the back. And on the back bumper, as an exterior one. During a trip, we always wanted to charge our phones, but we didn't want to leave them in the vehicle, so I did add one to the back bumper underneath. All of these are always hot, so you can plug them in without the vehicle on. Makes it really practical. Brings us to our next thing, which would be the battery. It's a pretty hefty battery. It's a 2-in-1 dual purpose, the X2 power battery. So what that means is it's a deep cycle. So one side's designed for your cranking, so the vehicle always to start, and the other one's designed for your auxiliary. Came with a 5-year warranty. There's 2 years left on the warranty. The windows are tinted at 15% all the way around, except from the windshield. So it does have nice privacy. It really matches with the paint. Interior is completely spotless. Really excited about that. The banner. We've left the banner on here currently just because as far as the aesthetics of the vehicle, we think it just looks really, really well, especially with the white walls and with the white roof. But I wanted to give the new buyer the option because we could take it off and replace Backroad purpose with like Toyota FJ Cruiser. Some guys have done that. It looks pretty awesome, but that's up to you guys. So I think that's really it. It's always been kind of a southern car. It's never been abused to the salt roads that a lot of the northern cars have. That's one thing that we were really keen on getting. So a lot of the FJs that we were looking at had a lot of rust issues. It took us 6 months to find this one. in the condition that we wanted. I would be stoked if I found this in the condition that it is and how it looks back when we were looking for an FJ. I mean, these things last 200 to 300,000 miles. We're part of the FJ community, so we see people bragging about their mileage all the time. 300,000 miles is not uncommon. That's a big reason why we got it. So there are a couple of things that need to be addressed, fixed, or repaired, or whatever you guys want to do with it. The price is the vehicle straight out. For instance, the windshield needs to be replaced because it is cracked. We never got the windshield replaced because we were waiting for it to happen again. I would have been really sick to my stomach if I spent 500 bucks to get the windshield replaced, and then during our trip it happened again. But we just decided to wait it out. So the windshield does need to be replaced. It is missing a vent thing right here. Those are only like 25, 30 bucks. The backup camera, it does come with a backup camera, which is hardwired into the rear view mirror as a factory. It stopped working just randomly, so it's super easy to fix. I think the backup camera was like 300 bucks. Hopefully I'm wrong. I did cut out the center cap to the fifth wheel so you can still see. So the cap is in here, but there's a little hole. I'm actually really proud of that. I hate when like the center caps are missing. It just looks silly. There is a little bit of a paint spot right here from where our water jug was rubbing against, but it's really not that bad. It's just on the white. And then that's it as far as the cons. I mean, those three things, if those three things deter you, you probably shouldn't get an off-road vehicle. Like I said, if you guys have any questions about it, or I've put all the pictures on a link, so you guys are more than welcome to dive through those. I took a bunch. They are raw, not edited, so the vehicle will look as good as it does in the pictures. So I think that's it. The only thing I really want to talk about is the price and the situation. So if you watched our last video, the part 2, we're selling the FJ, I'll put the link in the description. If you watched that video, you've kind of learned about our story and what we're doing next. When we did this trip, we used a lot of the funds from selling our things to build up the FJ. So that's why we got the nice expensive tires, the fantastic Warrior rack. Oh, it will also come with the awning to Smitty built. I think it's like 6 feet long. It's like the bigger one that they make. I mean, it's fantastic, super practical. We don't have a house to sell, and we don't have as much stuff to sell. This is kind of the same situation. So everything that all the funds that are made from selling the FJ are gonna go to building our bus. So that being said, we wanna get as much for it as we possibly can. So I'm gonna try to auction it off. I don't wanna use eBay because eBay charges like 10%. 10% of $10,000 is $1,000. And for us, $1,000 can go a really long way. So we are open to trades. We're only open to trades for like a school bus or like some kind of van or camper, possibly, depending on if it fits in our needs and desires. And then we're also open to trades for an inexpensive car. We just need something to drive back and forth to the grocery store. I've got my little Miata, but it's just not big enough for the 3 of us because that would be illegal. So we are looking for a little sedan, something that's gonna take the family. I would be head over heels if somebody said, hey, I've got a 1998 Toyota Camry with 150,000 miles on it for like $2 grand. That would be fantastic. So we can work that in with the price. Like I said, we're open to offers. We'd love to kind of work something out. Like I said before, we are trying to get as much for this as we possibly can, just because it is going to go a lot further than just selling the vehicle. We're selling this to build us essentially a house. So as much as we can get is gonna help that. We're not gonna take advantage of anybody. That's not what we're trying to do. I'm not out for handouts. So I was just editing the FJ for sale video, and I forgot I never actually said the price. So I'm gonna post it for 22, and we'll just see where that goes. Thanks. But yeah, if somebody wants to offer us more than because they appreciate us and they support us in what we're doing, then more power to them. But I'm gonna give it a little bit. I'm gonna give it to you guys first, and then if nobody snags it up, then I'm probably gonna put it on Craigslist or a couple of local Facebook groups and stuff and see if we can't get this thing sold, because the sooner the better. We are kind of on a time crunch. So yeah, if you got any questions, shoot me an email, shoot me a message on Instagram or Facebook. My email is in the description below. We'd love to put it in the arms of another family or somebody that's really gonna take advantage of this thing, enjoy it like we did. It is a fantastic FJ. Compared to some of the other FJs I've seen, it is in very good condition for the year and the mileage and the age. Like I said, you wouldn't think that this thing has been 45,000 miles across the country and that 2 people lived out of it. Yeah, it's gonna suck seeing it go, but we're excited for the next adventure. So if you got any questions, shoot me an email. Like it if you like it, dislike if you don't like it, comment below. If you know anybody that's getting rid of a cheap car or a cheap bus or a cheap motorhome or anything that you think we might be interested in, send us the link. Appreciate it, guys. Hope you enjoy. I think this is a fun little story. I was filming and I put the phone right here for my notes and I forgot about it, so I left and my phone got ran over by the FJ. But it's fine. It's totally fine.